Here are 5 weird bearded dragon behaviors that may cause you to panic. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 weird bearded dragon behaviors that you may have noticed already owning a bearded dragon. But I wanted to kind of go in depth and share with you guys what are some of the reasons and maybe some new behaviors that you may encounter in the future. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So the very first weird thing that you may notice your bearded dragon do is change color. Now, they're not going to change color like a chameleon where they could, completely almost transform themselves, or other animals in the animal kingdom out there, but bearded dragons can definitely change color based on their mood as well as their temperature. You notice a lot of this on super light bearded dragons such as the Zero bearded dragon or even the Wiblets bearded dragon, where they only have one pattern but they could change their color drastically. If a bearded dragon is cold, for instance, they will be a really dark color, and as they warm up, they'll be bright and vibrant. But don't be mistaken, because sometimes bearded dragons, even when you take them outside, they become this really dark color. And I think some of the reason is just so they look more intimidating, they look more darker, more scary, and predators won't go after them. You might even notice them puff up a little bit. So if your bearded dragon is changing color randomly, don't panic. Your bearded dragon is not getting sick or anything. The first time I've ever experienced my bearded dragon changing color, I thought it was possibly dead, because I woke up, I saw my bearded dragon with a whole different color, and I didn't realize that it was just because the temperatures needed to raise in the enclosure, so the bearded dragon looks alive and awake. So don't panic if your bearded dragon is changing color. Now, the second weird bearded dragon behavior is lashing tail. Now, in other terms, tail whipping. Now, this is a defense mechanism for some bearded dragons and even some other lizards out there. When a lizard tail whips, they're pretty much trying to whip their tail at you. That's probably the best way I could describe it, but it's a way that they could make the predator back off. So if you are going in there with hesitation, making the bearded dragon feel a little bit unsafe, then chances are the bearded dragon's just going to start tail whipping at you. So you definitely want to build that trust and that bond with the bearded dragon, especially as it gets older, because you don't want an older bearded dragon tail whipping at you, because it will hurt. So the third weird bearded dragon behavior is their sleep position. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for whatever reason, all of my bearded dragons tend to sleep like they're planking. And it's super adorable, don't get me wrong. And if you do notice your bearded dragon doing this, there's nothing wrong with your bearded dragon, but it might freak you out the first time you ever own a bearded dragon or first time ever see it, because it kind of does look a little bit freaky as to why a bearded dragon sleeps like this. But kind of my understanding as to why bearded dragons kind of just lay flat as a pancake against a smooth surface is mostly because bearded dragons, they want to absorb all of that heat that may be left over when the lights are off. So if you're using a rock or a tile or even just the surface of the bearded dragon's enclosure, it's gonna warm up nicely, and your bearded dragon is gonna rest its body onto it, just kind of plank position all the way through the night, and pretty much absorb some of that heat that is on those surfaces. So don't panic if you notice your bearded dragon sleeping in this position. But if you notice your bearded dragon sleeping in an awkward position, like their neck is all the way like against the glass, you might want to adjust them in a more comfortable position, because I don't know about you, but if I was sleeping like that, I would wake up with a lot of neck pain. So definitely watch out for your bearded dragon sleeping, and let me know in the comments section down below what is some weird bearded dragon stories that you may have. Maybe it could be a sleeping position or any kind of position that your bearded dragon does. I want to read it in the comment section down below. Now, the fourth weird behavior that you may notice your bearded dragon doing from time to time is closing one eye and leaving the other one open. Now, my bearded dragon Blue does this a lot, and I came to some conclusions as to why he's doing that. One of the reasons is that he still has trust issues. If you notice, Blue, he does not like being handled. He does not like being interacted with much. And it's been taking years to pretty much get him used to me to where he's at right now, which is still pretty bad if you look at it. He tries to bite me every single time, but I noticed that Blue, he will sleep and kind of just rest, but he would always keep one eye open, and that's just to feel, I guess, more safe and protected. Another reason why bearded dragons sometimes have one eye open is that maybe when you left some food in there, when you weren't looking, a cricket came by and bit its eye. Now, that is worst case scenario, as it could lead to infections and to other reasons as well. So you want to make sure that you are checking the eye and making sure that there's no pus or anything and that it's completely clear. If there is pus, you're gonna need some medication to assist you with that. But if you just go in there and kind of, you know, wave your hand or go near it and it opens his eye and his eye looks completely fine, then it's just looking at you because it doesn't trust you 100%, or it's kind of just sleeping and keeping one eye open, just so it feels more protected. So definitely look out for those signs and make sure that your bearded dragon's eye isn't infected. Now, the last weird bearded dragon behavior that you may notice your bearded dragon doing is it sleeping in its salad bowl. Now, for whatever reason, bearded dragons, they seem to like to sleep in weird places. But if you notice your bearded dragon especially sleeping in the salad bowl, then this might be an indicator that the enclosure is a little bit too hot and it's trying to cool down. Even though you have a cool side and everything, summer is coming, so temperatures might be rising in your household, and if you don't have an air conditioning or a temperature controlled room, then you're gonna notice that heat in the enclosure as well raise up. So you want to make sure that the temperatures are comfortable for your bearded dragon, because if you notice your bearded dragon sleeping in its food bowl, it might be an indicator that the enclosure is way too hot, or it's also looking to take a bath and go inside of water because it sees some of the water on the lettuce or the salad that you give it, and it's trying to clean itself off. You definitely want to take your bearded dragon's temperatures into account when you notice this behavior. So hopefully this video helped anyone out there who owns a bearded dragon, and if it did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, as it's the best way you can support this channel and have other new reptile keepers introduced to my videos. So with that being said, I'm Lord the Lion, keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Here we go.
Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit